Hello, this is Remy again. We have a new episode in Dima's cool shop, and this week we're talking about kukuma. This is it in its dried form. It's a root, a bit like ginger, but then kukuma. And here it is in powdered form. And as you can see, it's got a beautiful golden color, which I really like, the warmness of kukuma. In the Indian kitchen, they use it a lot. And for a good reason, because it's got good health benefits and it's it disinfects. So it makes your food safe. In India, when you travel around there, you might notice that things like that we take for granted, like having a fridge, is not that normal. So a lot of people don't have a fridge. Restaurants, like little roadside restaurants, don't have a fridge. So they make the food fresh and then add lots of spices and herbs, such as curcuma and cinnamon, actually, and they disinfect the food and keep it safe. So turmeric is very good for you, but your body cannot do anything with it if you don't combine it with a tiny little bit of black pepper. It activates, forgot the name of it, but it makes your body be able to absorb it 2,000% more than without the black pepper. i.e., without black pepper, your body cannot do anything with turmeric and it just goes through you and it does nothing. So always, when you use curcuma, a little bit of black pepper. Curcuma tastes very nice, not on its own, but if you mix it with cinnamon, ginger, honey, if you want a sweet drink or a sweet something, and you can make it in all sorts of spice mixes that Dima sells in her shop as well to cook with, for soups and curries. There is some wonderful, the smell of these is amazing, and the colors are so beautiful. This one's actually for a drink, a turmeric latte that you can get here in the shop. A turmeric latte, look at this beauty. Dima just made one for me. Curcuma latte. Got some vanilla in as well. Like I said, the taste of curcuma by itself is not super. It's, it's a bit like, it hits you in as a dry thing in your throat. But you can spice it up with some other herbs and spices. And curcuma, what we ourselves use it for, and I'm not giving out medical advice, I'm just telling you how we use it. When we make sand sculptures, we work with wet sand, we're outside, we're handling tools for long periods of time, and our fingers are suffering, arthritis in the fingers. And the other joints are, letting us know too that we're getting a bit older. So what we do, we make a curcuma shot in the morning, and it's basically a nice teaspoon full of curcuma to make it a bit more palatable, a bit of cinnamon, always a bit of black pepper and hot water, and you mix it and you take it on your empty stomach, and it really helps. It might take a week or so or a little bit longer, but it's joints that were a little bit frozen, they can move again. And we're really grateful for that, because otherwise we would be suffering. Another drink that I like to make when I have a sore throat, being outside in all sorts of weather, you sometimes get a cold, is a nice golden, how would we call it, tea, golden drink. And you use curcuma, black pepper, cinnamon, ginger, a freshly squeezed lemon, and to make it a bit sweeter, you might use honey or vanilla or something to make it nicer, and that it really sorts out your throat. Yeah, curcuma, we use it to cook with. I put it in almost every soup, in the curries. When you make a curry and you use spices, when you heat up the oil and you put your onions in it, then you throw in the spices because it opens them up. You sort of bake your spices in the hot oil. So all of these mixes You would start like that if you prepare a soup or a curry. And then you throw in your vegetables, and your lentils, and whatever you're using. And kurkuma, yeah, you can put it in a lot of things. One thing you need to be aware of, kurkuma is yellow, it's beautiful yellow, but it stains. It is very yellow. And that's why I'm wearing my beautiful apron today, because I'm wearing a white shirt and I don't want it to get yellow. But you could use the yellowness of the kurkuma to paint with, to dye with. You can actually dye your Easter eggs a very nice golden yellow with kurkuma. And yeah, well, as you can hear from my talk, we're a big fan of kurkuma. And with the accompanied spices, I'm actually going to try out all of these. I brought all of these home. And there is a curry, a mild curry, a sharper curry. There is some Mexican mix, no, the other one. Anyway, I can't wait to cook with all these spice mixes that Dima made, because she's an amazing mixer of spices and herbs. So come to Dima's shop, drink a golden latte, treat yourself, and get yourself some nice kurkuma mixes. Kurkuma or turmeric you can also use if you have wounds or things with your skin, and I use it sometimes get a wonky eye, then I make an eye patch. You can actually dip in a bit of tissue in some kurkuma mix and put it straight on your eye and leave it on. And if you have a wound, you can throw it, the powder, in the open wound. And it will make a crust and it will disinfect and it will help with the wound healing. So that's another interesting thing that you can do with kurkuma. But it will stain your clothes.